Okay, so this is just another one in my Why Are Humans So Dumb series. And it's just another case where the manufacturers are just taking advantage of that fact. And as you know, obviously the Bible does explain why humans, well, not exactly, but it does explain that humans are definitely dumb. And it sort of tries to, show how that is the case. So with this, I bought it at the shops, and I don't normally double check things, but this kind of stood out for me. And even if you're watching this now before I explain it, it should be kind of obvious what I'm going to be talking about. So if you look at the package, it's describing, different things about it, like it's, British potatoes. Yeah, that's gluten-free, vegan, whatever, kettle chips, visit them. So it looks like everything's wonderful, isn't it? And they're showing how the chef, he searches far and wide for the best ingredients. Our cooks, we hand cook in small batches to guarantee great crunch. And then right at the top, we have our farmers select 100% British potatoes, so only the perfect spuds make it in. So notice that's printed blatantly on there, and hopefully it shows up nicely in the 4K, so there's no mistake. And we saw down the bottom where it even said that the British potatoes, isn't it? But guess what? Because these guys know how dumb humans are, of course they realize, well, we read in the Bible how the beast is going to come and you're going to deceive them with the mark. So if God says that they're going to be deceived so easily with the mark, and of course, God's repeating that deceived in Revelations, just to try and make sure people understand, then why don't we just do our deception as well? And as you can see, the classic is, it says contains non-British potatoes. Now that's amazing, isn't it? So you're going to have a bag which says British potatoes, 100% British potatoes, so only the perfect spuds make it in. So 100% British, and then on the bag it says contains non-British potatoes. So now, of course, if God was wrong and people weren't dumb and they weren't drunk, as it says in Revelation, then they'd see this and they'd just go out and have a march saying, you can't do this. You can't have a bag where it's just lying on it so blatantly because you think we're dumb. No, change the bag, remove the part where it says 100% British potatoes and keep this part on saying contains non-British potatoes. But don't treat it like a joke where it's just a laugh, where you just take advantage of the fact that humans are so dumb just because the Bible says so. So now the big companies can take advantage. Well, they've been doing this for years, but it's just the fact that it's all right when they do it behind the scenes because, hey, they can laugh at us in the boardrooms and that, saying how dumb humans are. But to actually print it on the bag in a shop and then make you buy it, that's kind of like rubbing it in, if you ask me. So what they should really do is change this bag, get rid of the 100% British potatoes, and leave this part on, since it is the truth. So leave the truth on and then remove the lies. It's simple. That's all they have to do. And yes, humans are dumb. I know. What are we supposed to do? It's hard to convince people to stop being dumb. But regardless of that, they, should at least not try and take the mickey too much and just change the bag. And, everything's not fine, but at least it doesn't make it seem as if humans are so dumb. Okay, so this is just an update on that sort of suspect packet of crisps that I bought. So I ended up eating them, and turns out that it looks as if that non-British potatoes thing, you better stay away from it. Because when I ate these crisps, these potatoes, they tasted horrible. So it looks as if all of this, our farmers select 100% British potatoes, looks like that is correct. When just comparing it to this other bag, which was completely fine. So notice it doesn't say anything about any fake potatoes in there. So this one actually tasted fine. And all the ones I've eaten before from this company where the back only gives you the normal date, they've tasted fine. But for some reason, this one pack, which contains non-British, even though it's supposed to be British, like the pack, says, the potatoes tasted horrible. So I suppose that is one thing, is that when they go on about British potatoes, it seems like they really do taste nice. But these non-British ones, maybe they just got messed up in transport. But what that just kind of shows me is that, at one point, companies can do well and sell you a good product and everything can be good. And then something happens and, suddenly they go down the toilet and next thing you know, they're just giving you a bad product and they're even lying on the package. And then when you eat the product, it really is bad. So that's just another way, I suppose, in which society is going downhill. And I suppose you're just going to have to get used to it.